get started. My name is Love Carpenter. I am your Upline Executive Director, and we are super excited to have you connect with our team and join Paper Chef, and we want to help you be able to get off to a really strong start. So, how many people here are focused on starting a virtual business? Who's wanting to focus on more of a virtual business? Let's see hands, okay? Is there anybody that's willing to work on more of just a cooking show business? Anybody doing just cooking shows? Okay, and then anybody doing a combination of both?
Me.
Okay, Terry's doing a combination of both. All right, so tonight, since the name of the call is Crushing It with Virtual Parties, we are going to focus more on virtual parties tonight. The reason I want you to know kind of why this call starts off with that is if you're going to do a little bit of both, you want to pick one your first week to focus on, because you can do both and do both well, but the first week we want you to pick one that you're going to learn, okay? So instead of training you on both of these in this call, we're going to focus on the virtual business tonight, but a lot of what I'm going to share with you applies to the cooking show business as well. One of the big things we're going to talk about tonight is booking, and that absolutely applies to the cooking show as well, for sure. So I want to share with you that I know that you're getting a lot of emails from Pampered Chef. Anybody getting a lot of emails from Pampered Chef, or not at all? Okay. And then I know that there's like lots of training online, right? If you go online to PC University and Pampered Chef website, there's a lot out there, right? So you're going to be super excited that you came to this call tonight, because I'm getting ready to give you permission to bless and release. And you do not have to do everything that comes in those emails, and you do not have to do all of that training on PC University right now, okay? Now, the reason for that is that if you want to focus on a cooking show business, I actually helped write PC University, okay? And it was written originally for the cooking show. So there is dynamite training in there about the cooking show. The virtual party came a little later in the Pampered Chef avenue of shows. And so the training with the virtual party, there is virtual party training there. But I want you to imagine for a minute that our team, and we're one of the fastest growing teams in the whole nation, so you have joined an incredible team to be a part of. So imagine our team is like a little motorboat out in the ocean, okay? And we are pedaling along, doing our thing, and are motoring along, pedaling along, doing our thing, and change, as they often do in the virtual world. In the virtual world, with Facebook and technology, things just change, okay? So when things change, we have the ability to swing our motorboat around and go in a different direction, okay? But the company is like this big cruise ship out in the ocean. And when things change, as they often do in the world of Facebook and virtual, the company cannot just swing that cruise ship around and head in a different direction, okay? So when you go online and see some virtual training, the company is 200% behind us, supporting us with virtual parties, okay? There are many changes that have been made to our systems just to accommodate virtual parties. For instance, just about 2 months ago, you can now start submitting an unqualified party, meaning a party that did not get $200 in sales. And our host can still get some future benefits off that, like if their friends book a party. Well, before, that was never possible, but they made that change because of the virtual party. And there are quite a few significant changes like that that they have made just because of the virtual party. So they are 200% behind us on the virtual parties. They just can't move as fast as we can in the virtual world. So Pampered Chef did some great virtual training, but I'll be honest with you. If you go online and listen to it, it's going to tell you things different than what we're going to tell you, and you're going to get a little confused, okay? So I'm going to encourage you not to go do the virtual training until after you've done a couple weeks of parties. Then you can go through all that training, okay? But it's not the relevant training that you need right now to start running virtual parties for next week, okay? So when they made that training, it was great. But then things have changed. Well, there is a legal department they have to go through with Pampered Chef. There is a marketing department, imaging department. Like, it's not like they can just turn it around on a dime. We're doing this week, we're doing this next week. It doesn't work like that. So just to make things not so confusing for you, If you want to focus on virtual parties, follow what I'm going to show you tonight. All of those emails and all of the training for virtual will still be there, and you can go through that when you have time in a couple weeks once you've got your parties launched and you know how to do things. If you have background noise, if you'll mute yourself, I'm trying to mute y'all as I can figure out where it's coming from, but if you have background noise, please mute yourself. That way we can, everybody can hear better. So, I don't know where that's coming from. So again, if you have background noise, mute. So anyway, I hope that kind of explains and takes a little bit of a load off of you. Now, if you have a cooking party coming up this week, by all means, we want you to go to Pampered Chef University and take that cooking show training because it's fabulous. And the virtual party training is fabulous if you were doing this 9 months ago, okay? But you're not. You're doing it today. So, a lot has changed on Facebook since they put that training there. But the images are still there. The images are still great. You know, they really do a great job supporting us. So let's talk about where you are going to get started, okay? So if you don't remember anything else about this phone call tonight, if you don't take anything else away from this, I want you to know that the most important thing for you to do is get bookings on your calendar, okay? None of the training matters if you don't have any shows to go to, okay? So if you don't have shows on your calendar or your calendar is not where you want it, we're going to give you some great tips on bookings and how to get started with bookings tonight. And that's what you want to put your focus on before doing the training. And with virtual, I'll be honest with you. I know some people have that personality like, oh, I want to know how to do everything before I do this. Okay, forget that because that is not how it works with virtual, okay? This is on-the-job training. The way you're going to learn to do virtual is by doing virtual parties, okay? So we have a system that'll kind of walk you through what you're doing as you do it, because we could spend forever training you how to do it, and then you're going to go do your party and you're going to be like, now what was I supposed to do about this? And what was I supposed to do about this? So it's kind of an on-the-job training, and then you learn as you go the week you do your parties. All right, so I'll show you some places to get started, but before we do, I want you to hear from some of our leaders who are on the call tonight. And we've got quite a few leaders on the call tonight. I want you guys to introduce yourselves and then just tell one surprise, like when you started Pampered Chef, what is one unexpected benefit that you never really expected when you purchased that kit, okay? Like, I'll be honest with you guys, I purchased that kit just to get the kit. I had no intentions of staying, okay? I was willing to do a couple parties, so I wasn't just going to buy the kit and do nothing. I wanted to do a couple parties. But my limit was 1 month. I was going to stay 1 month just so I could get that kit, and then I was out of here. And I'm so glad I gave it a try. My unexpected benefit was I didn't know how to cook when I signed up, so I was excited to get the product so I could learn how to cook something. So that was kind of an expected and unexpected benefit. Like, I was learning how to cook with easy recipes, so that was exciting. But I didn't really realize that I could earn money doing this, like good money doing this. And by my 2nd month in the business, while I worked another full-time job with over 80 to 100 hours a week, I had earned over $1,300 in about five to 6 weeks. And I was like, wow. And there was no virtual parties back then. You had to go out of your home and go do the cooking show to earn that. So it is a little faster. You can do that in about half the time now or less. But I was pretty excited about that, so I decided to stay. So that was the unexpected benefit when I signed up. But those of you that are leaders on the call, when you share an unexpected benefit, and it can be from early on when you started or all the way through. So who wants to go first? I see Reagan and Blair and Tina. Who wants to share?
I will.
Thank you, Tina. And tell them, this is Tina Carter. Tell them where you live.
This is Tina Carter. First of all, I don't normally look like this. We had 80s day at work.
Sure,
so
Tina.
Teased up my hair really well.
Y'all,
it took a lot to get that out of there.
She's just telling y'all this. One day she came with a green afro. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. Like, woo! Never know what you're going to get. That was St. Patrick's Day, I think, wasn't it, Tina?
Yeah, it was. We have a lot of fun at work. Let's see, my unexpected thing was probably all the free stuff that you earn. Plus, I really didn't expect to have so many people willing to do parties for me.
That is awesome. So who did some of your first parties? Like, tell us what you mean by that. Who hosted some of your first parties for you?
Well, my director of nursing did one. She was my first home party, and it was over 1,200. And that was an amazing party. And her friend is going to be doing one in the fall for me. So I'm excited about that too.
Awesome. So, Tina, did you tell everybody where you live?
Oh, no, I didn't. Abingdon, Illinois.
Okay. Illinois. So you guys see we're all over the place. All right. Yes. For sharing Tina. And Tina is a new director on our team. Congratulations,
yes.
girl.
Thank you.
Right. So Reagan or Blair?
I'll go. My name is Reagan. I'm from, I live in Indian Land, South Carolina right now, but I grew up and lived in Charlotte, surrounding areas my whole life. But I started Pampered Chef about 9 years ago, give or take. And I will tell you that the free things are nice. The people doing parties is phenomenal. I would have never guessed that either. My problem is I don't really I don't plan ahead. I just sort of let it happen. So I will tell you that the biggest thing for me is how life-changing doing something that I probably would have never done, how life-changing it has been through lots of different roller coaster ups and downs. It gave me confidence I didn't have. It gave me courage I didn't have. It allowed me to do things I would have never done. It allowed me to achieve things I would have never achieved, and just the tremendous blessing of the people around me. So I would have never, ever thought that that was a possibility for signing up to get a kit, essentially.
Awesome. Thank you, Reagan. Thank you for sharing. And my life has been incredibly blessed by you being on our team and us becoming such good friends, Reagan. So, and there are lots and lots of unexpected benefits from this business. So, Reagan was one of the you're going to hear in a little bit about our Fast Track program. Reagan was one of the very first Fast Track directors in our company. She joined the month they rolled out the Fast Track program and was one of the very first Fast Track directors in the entire company. And she is an advanced director with us today. Congratulations, Reagan. All right, and Blair. Oh, there you are, Blair. All right, can you share, Blair?
Yes, I am from Louisiana. I started Pampered Chef about a year ago. And I was a girl who had to learn everything before she did anything. I didn't want to do any parties or anything until I knew what was going on. I'm a worrywart and I overthink everything. I just wanted to have everything in a row. And then I decided I was just going to jump in and do it and go for director. And there it just happened. I couldn't believe it.
Thank you for sharing, Blair. Did you tell everybody where you live?
Yes, Louisiana.
Look, that's right, you did, Louisiana. And Blair is a brand new director on our team. She promoted a month ago. And Blair, your team, holy cow, y'all got, I don't know, last time I looked, y'all were over $7,000 in sales in like the first 2 weeks of the month, girlfriend.
Yeah, we're close to 8. My team is pretty amazing.
Yes, you and your team are amazing. Congratulations. So thank you very much for sharing, Blair. And Blair, you have small kids, right?
I have a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a almost 2-year-old.
Okay, so anybody can make this business work, guys. Blair, you got your hands full. All right. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Erica, can you share? Did you pick up on what we were doing? Erica, can you share? Yeah, you're unmuted.
I can. I just didn't know what y'all were.
Just introduce yourself, tell where you live, and just tell unexpected benefits since you've been in the business.
Okay.
Nothing like putting her on the spot. And is there any other leaders besides Lori? I'm getting to you. Hang on. Is there any other leaders that I didn't see? Because everybody keeps moving around on me. All right, Erica.
Okay. So I'm Erica Hendricks, and I have been with Pampered Chef for almost 11 years. Can you believe it, love? Oh, my gosh. It'll be September. It'll be 11 years. And I don't know what all we're supposed to be discussing, but I've kind of been up and down with the business because I was really up with the business, and then life got crazy and priorities kind of changed around, and I started teaching dance, and it was just a lot because that was long before virtual parties.
Tell how many kids you have.
I have 3 children.
And she homeschools.
I do. I have a 10th grader who's 16 and a half. I have an 8th grader who's 14 and a half. And I have a 5th grader who is going to be 12 in September.
And I teach. Has done this business since they were tiny. Well, you didn't even have one of them when you started, right?
No, I had Kiki. She took her first steps at the party.
That's right.
With me before I signed up.
That's your first one.
So,
yep.
And I teach dance 3 nights a week. So
she's done this business through all of her kids growing up. So Erica, share an unexpected benefit that is something unexpected from when you signed up till now.
Well, the newest unexpected benefit was my trip to Arizona that I was able to surprise my husband with. It was so exciting.
She and Diana are both, and I don't know where Diana moved around, but I think she.
Yes, Diana was there in Arizona with us.
Yes, and so Erica and Diana Wallace just got back from the Pampered Chef incentive trip to Scottsdale, Arizona. All right, Erica, so share is that your unexpected benefit?
Well, probably one of the biggest blessings is, of course, the team. I mean, you guys are a second family, and it's been amazing. When I went to Arizona, I don't like to fly, and I asked for lots of prayer, and y'all came through, and God heard them. So that was exciting. And just the extra income has been amazing. It's been able to allow us to purchase another vehicle, put braces on my kid's face. So
awesome. All right, thank you for sharing, Erica. Okay,
you're welcome.
So, Lori, if you'll introduce yourself and tell an unexpected benefit from when you signed up. Where you live?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. We were at a graduation. We're out to eat for my grandson's kindergarten graduation. So I'm Lori Morgan. I'm from Oakboro, North Carolina, and I signed up under the Henderson team. I'm under Jennifer's team, and I signed up in February. And I think the most unexpected thing that I know of is the blessing that the whole thing has been for me, as far as, because I didn't plan to do this. I really had no plans. My plan was just I was a kid stiller. I took $50 out of my party, and I was getting $1,100 worth of products for, $199, and I was just going to be a kid stiller. But gosh, since then, I'm on party number 50 something now, and it's just everything's just been amazing. Everything about it. I don't think there's one thing I can say that's just not special, but just meeting all the people, the extra money, the fun time that I'm having, and I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Lori. All right. So Lori is going to help you guys with exactly how she got started. Lori ordered her kit. She is one of our newest directors on our team that started her business. She was not a consultant in 2019 when we started the year, okay? Lori ordered her kit in February, and she got started with she's totally virtual. She does all virtual parties, and Lori got started with her first week of virtual parties the last week in February. Like, she started parties, but they rolled into March. So like it was that first week of March parties and then throughout March. So I want to share with you what Lori did in March, in March. March was her first full month, so that you guys have an opportunity to ask her some questions in the line tonight, okay? So when Lori started, she got started with her first week of parties, and we teach you want to have 4 virtual parties in a week, okay? Don't panic if you just ran one and you're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to run 4? Okay, here's the deal, okay? The little saying in our team is, you want to book 4 because 1 will drop, 1 will flop, and 2 will pop, okay? And these are just statistics with our team and across the board with the company with virtual parties. It takes 2 virtual parties to make up for 1 cooking party. But guys, how much time do you have during the week to leave your house to do a cooking party? How much time do you have during the week to check in on your smartphone wherever you're at and check into parties? It is more flexible to add more parties to your calendar during the week with virtual parties. So we're not going to tell you to go do 4 cooking parties all at one time in one event, but we are going to tell you to do 4 virtual parties at once, because it's called working smarter, not harder. What we don't want to see you do is run 1 virtual party this week, 2 next week, and 1 the next. You have spent 4 weeks on Facebook working way too hard, okay? So if you learn to batch your virtual parties and put them in batches, so I know that the month that Lori started, she held 4 to 5 parties every week. And Lori had parties that dropped and parties that flopped, as we all do. And what we mean by that is sometimes you have a host who ghosts you and doesn't invite. And it's usually always for a good reason. I had a host last week, and finally on Monday, she said, oh my gosh, I just hadn't even been on Messenger. I hadn't even seen this. I still want to do my party. We just bumped her to another week. Sometimes things like that happen. Sometimes there's life circumstances going on. They're not even on Facebook like they normally are. Just things happen. So you always want to overbook, because in the virtual world, it's just different. And then sometimes you have a host that does try. The host invites, but maybe enough of her friends just don't see the invite, or she doesn't invite enough people. But sometimes it's just a little harder to get the party to go. So sometimes you have a party that we consider a flop, meaning it doesn't qualify at 200. Maybe it gets you an order, or you get a booking or two off of it, but it doesn't make a party for you to earn a lot of income off of. So we want you to be paid every week that you're running parties. And since we're paid on commission, we want to ensure that. So by running 4 parties a week, that's what will help make sure that you're always getting paid when you're working your parties. I run 10 parties a week. So I promise you guys, you can run 4 parties a week. I'm not telling anybody on this call to go out and run 10 parties this week, okay? But I'm just saying it's doable. You can run 4 parties in a week, and that's smarter, so you can earn your income, okay? So Lori did 4 to 5 parties every week her first month. We'll talk about how she got her bookings. And by having that strong show schedule her first month, Lori works another full-time job where she works about 12 hours a day, and was doing this early in the morning or late in the evening. I think more late in the evening, right, Lori? Putting some time in late in the evening. This business is very flexible, but it's not optional. You want to earn some money, you got to work at it. So Lori made the time to work at it in the evening. And at the end of her first month, Lori had promoted on the fast track, which we're going to tell you about in a minute. She had promoted on the fast track, and Lori sold over $11,000 in personal sales her first month of business. Promoted to fast track director, earned her first $500 cash bonus, and total earned over, was it $3,800, Lori?
No, it was $3,900.
Oh.
$3,980, I think.
Okay. Lori's first month's check in the business was $3,980 some. Who could get excited about that going in your account next month? Anybody? Any takers? All right. So Lori had her first week. She earned over $400 in her parties her first week. Her second week, she earned over $700. So when we tell you that new consultants are earning on average $200 to $500 a week with virtual parties, that very much is an average. We have consultants earning more than that, above average, but that's average what we're seeing. So I want Lori to tell you guys how she got started. That strong month. Lori?
Okay, so I signed up. Like I said, I had my own party with Jennifer. She was she was the consultant for my party, and that was in the middle of February. So at the end of my party, I signed up, and like I said, I didn't have plans to do anything. I got my kit, and I was loving it. And Jennifer, texted me, and she said, "So have you got any parties?" And I'm like, "Well, I haven't tried anything yet." She said, "Watch your videos, see how you need to do it." So main thing was the green dotting. I started my green dotting. I sat down one night. It was late at night because, like I said, I do work a full-time job, so I work this after 7 o'clock at night. So I sat down at the kitchen table with my computer, and I think I sent over 65 messages that first night, just out to people that, were friends of mine, or just kind of starting at the A's, going down. First night I sent out about 65. I think I sent them maybe 65 the next night. Overall, I had over 160-something messages I sent out. Within the first week, I had gotten responses back, and I had 27 parties booked just from sending those messages out. I had 10 people that told me no out of all that. I had a couple maybes that said, call me later, and it's time for me to call them now. I've actually started talking to them again. And then the rest of them just didn't respond. I did go back and say, hey, did you, after about 48 hours, I went back and asked them, hey, did you see this? If I, hadn't gotten a response back, I asked them, had you seen it or not? But I booked 27 parties just by sending that out. So like Love said, it is what you make of it. If you send out 10 messages, you might get 1 party book. You send out 50 messages, you might get 2 party books. You send out 165 messages, you'll get 27 parties booked because people will do it. Yep. So it is what you make of it and how much time, how much you want to put into it. But don't be afraid, because all they can do is say no. They're not going to They're not going to bite you. They're not going to scream or yell at you. They're just going to say no, and you say thank you. That's what I did.
So when you're messaging out to get bookings, think about it. If you message a coworker of yours and they tell you no, are they still a coworker of yours? Yes. Are they still a friend of yours? Yes. Are they still your neighbor? Yes. I mean, whoever it is, nothing changes. They just don't want to do a party. Okay. So when somebody tells me no, I make sure I make them feel good. I say, you know, thank you so much, Lori, for responding to me. I totally understand. You are so awesome. You know, like I make that person feel really good. It's no big deal that they said no. Okay. You know, if you think of anybody down the road that might want to do a party or you have any Pampered Chef needs, please think of me. It is no big deal that they said no. Okay. But guess what? If you don't ask them, do you know what the answer is? It is no. So you have a lot more no's if you don't ask anybody. But if you ask them, you can turn those no's that are there because you didn't ask them into a yes. Okay. And it's just a numbers game. So we want to encourage you to send out, this is how you get your calendar booked. And if you want to earn $500 a month with Pampered Chef, $1,000 a month, $1,500, $2,000 or more a month with Pampered Chef, we can help you do that. But what you've got to do on your part is take the initiative to get the bookings. We can train you, we can help you work with the parties, but you've got to go out and get the bookings, okay? So if you were to start a small business somewhere, you know, how much would it cost? Like if you were to open a bakery or, you know, any kind of store or anything like that, you know, if you had to go to the bank and get the loan, get the place to do it, get the equipment, get the, you know, rent a place and all that, you're going to spend, I mean, would it be fair to say you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a business like that, right? I mean, it is not going to be cheap, okay? So what did you just spend on your Pampered Chef business, okay? Did you spend $109 to start your business? Did you spend $159 or did you spend $249? And if you were to walk away today, have you lost anything? Absolutely not. You have all those products that are yours to keep. No Pampered Chef police is going to come get them back. They're all yours. Put them in your cabinet. Start using them. They're yours. Okay. But if you never did anything, you absolutely haven't lost. But think about what this business could do for you if you treated this business like you invested $100,000 to start this business. Because does it have the potential to earn you as much as a business that you would start for yourself that you would spend $100,000 or more? Absolutely it does, okay? So this is a great side gig that you can do as a side gig and earn a full-time income. You can earn whatever you want to with this business. So Lori shared with you, she earned over $3,900 in her first month of business. Most of our new consultants who are getting started on the fast track are earning $1,400, $1,800, $2,400 in their first month of business. Lori is an overachiever, a little above average, and Lori had some really great parties that month. And so, you know, she could do those same parties in another month and not have quite as high sales, maybe, and, you know, she still would have had a great check. She still would have had a great month. So, you know, we don't want to make it sound like something that it's not. So most all of our consultants that are getting started on the fast track are easily earning at least $1,400 or more in their first month of business is what we're seeing right now. So, and that is by doing that 4-party-a-week system. If you're doing the 4-party-a-week system, even if you're having one drop and one flop, you can still get yourself on track to earn that kind of income. And we want to share that with you because a lot of people start this business and have no idea what they can do. I started this business for a kit and had no plans to do anything else. Ended up going to a meeting, saw that my director was earning over $5,000 a month. And I was like, how do you do that? And that was her side gig. She was working another full-time job. Like, I want to know how to do that. And so there's so much available here to you that you can do. And with the virtual world, it is growing so much faster. We have leaders on our team who are consistently earning $2,500 to $3,000 every single month doing this as a side gig or a stay-at-home mom. We have leaders on our team who are earning $5,000 and $6,000 a month on a regular basis. We have leaders on our team that are earning $7,000 and $8,000 a month on a regular basis. And I want to share with you that there is a guy, you'll hear about him in our trainings and stuff. Let's talk about him a lot. But he has been in Pampered Chef for not quite 3 years right now. And I don't know what his check was from April because I saw him in Hawaii. We were on the incentive trip a couple weeks ago, but I haven't talked to him in May since the month ended. But I do know what his March check was, okay? He worked a full-time job until October of last year, and his March check for Pampered Chef was over. He earns more money, a little more money than I do. His March check for Pampered Chef was over. Are y'all ready for this? $18,000 in 1 month. He is all virtual. He has built a all virtual team, and he has done that in less than 3 years. I've been in Pampered Chef for a lot of years, so I want you to know that the income that some of our leaders in our team are doing can totally be done in 1, 2, and 3 years, okay? You do not have to be in as long as I do to earn the kind of income that I'm earning, and Steve has done it in 3 years, less than 3 years. So we just want to share those numbers with you because I know when I came on, I had no idea of the income that you could earn with this business. So the very first step is to get your 4 parties for next week. So how are you going to do that? All right, so if you don't already have 4 parties for next week, we have a guinea pig message, which I think is what Lori sent out to get her bookings. And it's just we're going to share the words with you in the virtual group tonight where you click to join this. But basically the guinea pig message just says, you know, hi, I'm trying something new with Pampered Chef. I'm doing virtual parties and I'm looking for some guinea pigs to do my first practice parties with. You know, would you be, and it explains, the message kind of explains what you're asking them to do. You know, I'm asking you to do a virtual party on Facebook. I set up the party, you invite your friends, we have fun with your friends, and then, and you earn free rewards. You know, what do you think? Can I put you down for one of my spots? I mean, it's a very laid back message, very simple. So make it personable when you send it to people. If you're willing to share why you're doing your business or why you're starting this, that makes it so much more personable. But this will get, the words that we're going to share with you for the guinea pig message will get you started. It's a starting place, tweak it up, put your personal touch on it, but the content of the message will help you to get bookings. So we want to challenge you to send out 30 messages a day this week to get yourself started. You heard Lori say it's a numbers game, okay? It is only going to take you about 15 to 25 minutes to message out 30 people a day. So if you can find a 10 or 15 minute block of time in the morning and a 10 or 15 minute block of time in the evening, or 30 minutes in the evening to sit down, you can do your 30 reach outs a day. If you will send 30 messages a day for this week, you will be able to get your calendar booked. Now, when we book virtual parties, we want you to think about a system of the way you're booking your parties, okay? So your next parties, if you're sending out messages now, you can be asking for bookings for the, okay, you're gonna be asking for bookings for the 20th, okay? For May 20th. Then you're gonna be asking for bookings for May 27th. Then when you get, notice these are Mondays, okay? When you get to June, your June party dates are June 3rd, June 10th, June 17th, and June 24th, okay? So we run our parties from Monday through Friday, okay? And if you've been a host before you came on this call, if you've already hosted a party, you know how we have the host go ahead and start inviting on Friday prior, because it takes a couple days for the people to see that there's a party going on and join, and we don't want to wait till Monday to invite, and then half the people aren't even in the party till halfway through the party. So you want to start inviting on Friday, but the party runs Monday through Friday. Then you can close out Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, whatever works for your schedule. You pick your close date. We want each one of you to pick your close date. So if you work a full-time job, you might want to close out all your parties on Sunday. If you don't want to work on Sunday, you might want to close out all your parties on Saturday. I close out all my parties on Monday because I don't want to be closing parties over the weekend. So you are in control of that. Your parties will run Monday through Friday. If you pick Sunday as your close date, then go back in and open your link up so they can still order over the weekend. If they missed the countdown on Friday. But that's kind of, we want you to use a system, okay? What we don't want to hear is that you have one virtual party starting on Monday and 2 virtual parties starting on Thursday of next week, and then one the following Monday. That is what you call insanity, and you're not going to be able to keep up. It's going to be like, okay? So get in that system of Monday through Friday parties. So basically, for the month of May, you would have had 4 party dates. Maybe you can do more than 4 parties because you're plugging in multiple parties on those party days, but you would have 4 party dates, okay? So to help you with the systems for this virtual party, I'm going to screen share here and show you where some resources are to help you get started. So if you're sending out those 30 reach outs a day and you're asking them, hey, can I put you down for one of my spots next week? Okay, this is a virtual party, guys. They don't have to vacuum, they don't have to clean their house, they don't have to get rid of their family and kids for the night. They just need to go invite some people on Facebook. It's easy. So go ahead and ask for what you want, ask for next week. If they're at a conference next week or they're going to be tied up and they can't really do it, you know, sometimes there are legitimate reasons they can't do it next week. Go ahead and get the date from them for the week that, you know, whatever week that you're going to book them. And so I'm going to show you my calendar here. This is what most of us do for our calendar, okay? Even I run a digital calendar. My whole life is on my digital calendar. However, You want a paper calendar so you can see what you're booking with your virtual parties, okay? Because it's a little harder to keep up with if it's all in this digital world. So you can, I have a monthly, weekly calendar that I use just to do all my virtual work in, track all my virtual parties in. But you can even just print out a calendar page online. Go to Google and just print out a May calendar, a June calendar, and a July calendar. You got 3 pieces of paper. You can keep up with it that way to get started. Don't make this more complicated than it is. So these are my Mondays. So you can see right here, every Monday, I list all of my parties here on Monday, okay? So that's where my party dates go. So as I book parties, I just write their name in on Monday, okay? So I can flip to June, I can flip to July. As soon as I book somebody, I just write their name in. That's where their name goes. So keep this simple, okay? It's not complicated. So here are some party tools or some support tools that will help you as you're booking your parties. Okay. So this is the Carpenter team page. All of you guys should be on our executive team page. And if you will start here where it says units over here to the left, you can see where it's our Carpenter team page. And then about 3 down under discussion, it says units, okay? If you click the units, it takes you to some training that is going to get you started. So we want to encourage you to work through the units this week. This is where you want to start. It will direct you to anything that you need to know in PC University so you're not missing anything in starting your parties, okay? So if you haven't already looked at this, your first week, your kit is on the way, okay? So you just click into the unit. You can do this on your phone. It's very mobile friendly, or you can do it on your computer. And it takes a little while to load just because we're on Zoom, but for you, it won't take that long. All right, so this just walks through. On each one of them, or most of them, there is a video to watch. You can see me sitting right here in the office. Looks just like what you're looking at right now. And this talks about how to control your calendar and get your calendar underway, the importance of your 30 and 90-day dates, and where to find those and where to put those. This right here talks about booking your first parties. Remember we talked about how important it is to book 4 parties every week because 1 will drop, 1 will flop, and 2 will pop for you to get paid with. And what if you have a great week and all 4 of them pop? You're going to have a killer check that week, okay? So we just want to set you up for success and be very transparent so that you can have a good start to your business. So here are some words this is actually the guinea pig post is one of these right here. So these are some great words to help you get started. And if you go here to see more down here at the bottom, this right here, click here for booking message choices. If you click this, this actually takes you to a Google document you can save on your phone. I use my notes on my phone. Fall in love with the Notes app on your phone. On the iPhone, it is this little, the little app. Let's see if I can get this up in front of the camera. It's got that yellow line at the top and the white lines, the white underneath it, but it's just the Notes app, but Android will have one too. And so what I do is any wording that I'm going to use over and over, I go create a note for bookings. I create a note for the business. Everything that I'm doing, like I create a note for my description for my virtual party. So it's all right there, and I don't have to go find things somewhere. It's just all right there in notes if I'm working from my phone. So these are great words to copy and go put on your notes. And as you message people, this gives you a good message for cooking shows, and for virtual parties, this gives you a good message for cooking shows. And then here are some words to help you as you get responses and you're not sure what to say. So that's a great place to start. So you can find all that right there. Then if you scroll down to, this encourages you to take the 48-hour challenge and send those 30 messages a day that we were talking about. And then this is a little statistics on follow-up and how important follow-up is, because one question you're going to have is, well, I messaged them and I didn't hear back. Should I follow up? Lori, can you kind of speak to that about should they follow up if they didn't hear back?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I'm
on my speaker. Yeah, what I did was I waited about 48 hours if they didn't respond to me, and then I sent a little message and I had a little thumb, like a little pointy finger pointing up, and said, "Hey, did you have a chance to see this? I just wondered what you thought, and could you have a party for me, or is this something you would like to do?"
Thank you, Lori. So, you know, don't be afraid to message back because people get busy, okay, guys? Your message will come in when you message somebody. They're getting out of the car at Walmart and they're like, oh, Tina sent me a message. And then they got to run in Walmart, grab what they need. They're headed home with the kids. They get in the house. They cook dinner, kids, bath, homework. They get in bed. They're like, oh, let me check and scroll through Facebook. there's like 12 other messages that have come in. And it's not that they're not interested or they, might not consider it, but they just forgot about it, okay? So don't be afraid to circle back 48 or 72 hours later and just send a message that just says, hey girl, just checking to see if you saw my message. I know with technology nowadays, you never know, or I know how busy life is. And if you're not interested, no worries at all, okay? Don't be afraid to follow back up. You will get bookings if you follow back up with them. So let's go back. Let me screen share again because I know I lost that. Okay, so this gives you some statistics right there on follow-up. And then, okay, y'all can see my screen, right? Then this will connect you to direct deposit. This is important, guys, number 5, okay? So you can get paid. This right here will connect you with exactly where to go to set up your direct deposit, your order payment account. This video right here will tell you the difference. This video right here will tell you the difference in direct deposit and order payment. Mark these dates on your calendar. If you're on direct deposit, we get paid twice a month. This tells you when we get paid. This tells you how much you get paid, because the more you sell each month, the higher commission you're earning. So check out these charts. It explains that. Notice how this has a little green done button on it. The way this is set up is as you're going through these units, you can click done on it so that you know you've completed that. So if you can't do all these at one time, you can knock 2 of them out while you're sitting in the car rider line, or 2 of them while you're waiting at the pharmacy. You can do this from anywhere on your phone. So it'll keep up with where you left off. So when you get down there to, when you get down there to the bottom of this, go to next unit. This one, or if you just go back to units, you can click on unit number 2. So now you can see 1 of 6 are completed. That shows where I've marked number 1 is completed, but I haven't finished. So it'll show you where to pick up. So this is don't leave money on the table, okay? So there are 3 big, huge bonuses on the table for you as new consultant. So this is definitely something you want to watch. This goes over the 3 bonuses and how you earn it, how to track it, where all this is, exactly what it's about. So watch that. One of the big bonuses on the table for you is a $2,000 cash bonus. Every single one of you on this call, every single one of you has a $2,000 cash bonus on the table for you. So I want you to imagine that right there in your living room or dining room or wherever you're sitting, that there is $2,000 cash sitting on that table. And I told you that's yours. If you want it, I can tell you what it would take to get it. Would you turn around and walk out of the room and not even want to know? Or would you want to know what it takes to get it? Anybody? I'm guessing y'all want to know what it takes to get it, right? All right. So every single one of you has $2,000 cash on the table for you. It's called a fast track bonus, okay? And when you promote in your business on the fast track, Lori promoted in her first 40-some days. Kelly is a brand new director. She promoted in her first 36 days. Amanda on our team promoted in her first 23 days. So the fast track, you have 90 whole days to start earning your fast track bonus. It's a bonus that you can earn in your first 3 to 6 months of business. So I just gave you some statistics of people starting with this 4-show-a-week program this year in 2019 and how quickly they've earned their first $500 cash bonus. You have 90 whole days to do this. If this is something you're interested in doing, it's building your team on the fast track. 4 parties a week will put you on track to do this, even if all your parties aren't qualifying. If you're booking those 4 parties a week, you can get on track to do this. And it's building your team to a director team. That's 5 people in your team. And if you're thinking, well, I could never find anybody that would want to do this, you will be surprised. There will be people in every single party that you do that would take a look at maybe doing something like this where they can earn money all from their smartphone and their computer. You will be surprised. You will meet lots of people in your parties that would consider this, and we will help you with how to work with them and all of that. So if you're interested in earning that $2,000 cash bonus, we actually have a fast track class that meets on Monday nights where we can teach you how we can get you on track and teach you, well, one of them meets on Monday nights, one meets on Wednesday night, but we can teach you how to get on track to earn this fast track bonus. And basically we're just teaching you how to get bookings, 3 bookings from every party, how to work with the guest in your party to book parties, how to work with the guest in your party to share the business. We just teach you how to have a phenomenal virtual business that amounts to you earning a great bonus. So, so there's different levels to the fast track. That video will explain that. But you guys are brand new. You don't have to know today that, you know, how you're going to do this. You just need to know you want to do this, and then we will help you every step of the way. The class is awesome. It teaches you exactly what to do. So watch this so you know a little bit more about it. Let your director know if you would like to join the fast track class, and we will get you hooked up with that. Right here shows you how you're earning your income based on, you know, how many hours per week you could expect to put in to earn how much money. So check that out. And here's some actual checks from some people on our team. We actually need to get these updated. These are last year's checks. So people that are starting with a new 4-show system are actually earning more income. But here's one for $3,547. Jennifer's only been in the business Jennifer's been in the business about 3 years and a couple months, 3 years and a couple months. And one of her last checks was over $8,000. Okay, we'll get her new check put in here so you can see some new checks. But just to show you, this is on the table for you if you want it. This is one of Jennifer DeNicholas's check. I know that her last check was over $6,000. This is one from last year that was $3,800. And then this one is one of mine from last year, $7,386. So we can get some new checks put in here, but that just shows you the potential that there is. Very important to activate your website. Every one of you have a free website for your first 30 days, but you need to be prepared for your first 90 days, but you need to be prepared at your 90-day mark from when you sign up to pay for your website for 6 months or 12 months. It's $66 for 6 months or $120 for the 12 months. And just go here and read this, and this will tell you everything you need to know about that. But we just didn't want that to sneak up on you. We wanted you to know about that. So it costs you $10 or $11 a month for your website after your first 90 days, but it costs Pampered Chef way more than that to keep up our individual websites for us, and that just kind of offsets the cost. And the third unit is congratulations, you've booked your first 4 parties. Now what? Here is the nuts and bolts to set up your parties, guys, okay? Getting started with virtual parties is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, you want to set them up on the Pampered Chef website. 2, you want to create a Facebook group for each one of them. And 3, you want to get started with Post My Party. Each one of those steps is covered right there. There is also, I'm going to be sharing the links to get you to units. Everything that I'm showing you tonight will be posted in the virtual party event that you joined this from tonight in just a minute. And so one of the documents you'll see there is this host coaching to do document, okay? And this will be something that your director will be working with you on. If you already hosted a party, you're going to be familiar with this some. But everything that you need to run your parties is right here. Setting up virtual parties is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You click here and open this document. This document goes along with that section I just showed you on units, but it's all the words that you could need. So you can copy the word choices. You can get everything you need right here. Back on this document, so save the link to this document. For example, when you get to Monday, there's a game in the party, okay? You're gonna need the answer to the game. So if you go to Tuesday games, the reason the games are on Tuesday is because you don't wanna give the answer on Monday. They're playing the game on Monday. You don't wanna give the answer until Tuesday. So if you click on Tuesday games, right here we have all the answers to the games that you could need. And I see people asking on the Facebook page about answers to the games. Guys, they are all here for you. And we also put, so this is the one that's in the current template some of us are using, and there's the answer. But we made sure that we put the original picture, so if you want to go back and change up some games after you've done a week or 2 of parties and you need a new game to grab, both the game is here and the answer is here. So you can grab what you need, okay? So lots of games for you to grab there. But anyway, this, when you get in your party and you have the paycheck post, here is a paycheck that you can use that matches the Thursday thing that's in the Thursday paycheck goes with the Wednesday post, okay? Because you don't reveal the answer till Thursday. The Friday paycheck goes with the Thursday post because you don't reveal the answer until Friday. But when you click on this, it will show you, it tells you which envelope it goes with so that you know which one to post it with, okay? So this document has a lot of information in it. You'll just use some of this when you're first getting started and then use more of it as you're going. So questions on any of the things that I showed you on where to go to find some of the starting information? Wave at me if you have a question. I can unmute. You can't figure out how to mute. Okay. I see some messages here. Oh, yes. Okay. Stephanie from Thomasville, North Carolina, and Carrie from Lincolnton, North Carolina. All right, because I know that not everybody can talk on these calls. So awesome. So I'm excited that you guys were able to come to the call tonight. Does anybody want to ask Lori? Lori, are you still in here? Where'd Lori go? Yeah.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm driving in the car.
Lori is a brand new consultant this year who was already promoted in the fast track and got off to a phenomenal start with bookings. Lori started with those 27 bookings. I remember us doing a call, Lori, after that. I want to say you had 50-some bookings on your calendar after that, kind of where you had been booking from all those parties. So Lori is a booking magnet, okay? Lori can get bookings. So if there's any questions you want to ask her, she is here for you to ask. Does anybody have any questions for Lori? Now remember, she's a new consultant, so don't make the questions too hard. But she can definitely answer any questions about how to get your first bookings.
That's right.
Anything you're dying to know?
I would.
Yes. Carolyn? Yes.
Okay. Jennifer Bowers and I have been working constantly with my page because I've gotten no's from everybody on my list on Facebook. What do I do now without, with trying to get more?
Carolyn, when you say you've been working with your page, what do you mean?
Like, I've got the group on my Facebook group, because that's what Jennifer told us to do when we first start, is to make a group, add your friends, all that, and then do your first party. Well, I've done all that. I've been here, I think, since September, maybe, of last year, and we've been trying everything. We don't really know what else to do.
If you'll hang on for a minute, I'll help you. The systems that we're using now are very different than the systems we had in September, okay? So I'm excited that you are here tonight, because if you will get on board and try these, kind of like go through those units and let's kind of do a restart, I think you will find a different start. And we'll talk about this in just a minute. I'll see if any other new consultants have questions.
Yeah, she was the one that actually told me about your live tonight, so that's why I'm kind of glad I came.
Good, very good. And Carolyn, if you started back in September, you've got people that you talked to then that you haven't talked to in a while that you'll be able to go back and use some of this. The guinea pig message is great because it says, I'm trying something new. I'm looking for 4 guinea pigs to do a virtual party next week. I'm asking you to do a virtual party on Facebook. I set the party up for you. You invite your friends. We have a fun time with your friends for the week while you get spoiled with free Pampered Chef products. What do you think? Will you take one of my spots? Like, that message gets results. People that you might have messaged back in September when you didn't have that message, there is nothing wrong with going back and saying, hey, I'm trying something new, asking you, and you will get results. So we can talk about that in just a minute, but I know that's very different than the tools we had in September when you started. So guys, when I tell you that you are on the right team at the right time, we have been doing pilot programs with this virtual party, and we have really developed something that works, okay? And some of our leaders, Erica and Reagan and Blair, some of the leaders, and Tina that were on here last year. Lori doesn't know anything about last year. She just ran with this new system, and look at the results she got. But those that were here last year will tell you that our virtual party system was not near what it is today, okay? So you have come on to the right team at the right time, because we have all the tools that you need to run an incredibly successful business, okay? So congratulations on being here and getting started. Any other questions from new consultants tonight?
I have one thing I want to say, Love,
Yes,
about when she said that people were telling her no. One thing you got to realize is people is not necessarily, it depends on how they say. Did they say, no, I'm definitely not going to do it? Or is one of their things say, well, I can't, I don't have time. And that's not a no to me. That's not a no. That's just saying, I'm not going to do it because I don't have time. Then you go through and explain to them, well, it really doesn't take any time, because I've actually changed people from a no to a yes by saying, look, this is all you have to do, So don't take a no as a no until you know it's a definite no. As Jennifer Henderson said, is that a no or a no not right now? That's, don't take a no until you get a definite no.
And if they say it's a definite no, then say thank you so much and thank you for letting me feel comfortable enough to ask you. you know, it's no big deal. But a lot of people will say, well, no, I just can't do it right now because blah, 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 blah. And then I'll say, well, you know, I'd be glad to follow up with you in the summer or follow up with you in the fall and see how things look then. Would that be okay? And then you want to put a sticky note in your calendar, and the month that they tell you it's okay to follow up with, just write their name in that month. And this, like, make this system simple. Don't make it complicated. And that will absolutely work. So guys, as you're reaching out and doing your 30 reach outs a day this week, remember that if people can't do it right now, you know, if they're just busy right now, then find out when they can do it and then put them on your list to follow back up. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you guys for calling in. I'm gonna stay on. So if anybody else wants to stay on, you're welcome to. Carolyn, I'm gonna help you a little bit with where to start with some of these messages with some of the people that you started with back in September, because you can definitely circle back around to them. Okay. Well, thank you guys for calling in. You guys have a great week, and we want to hear about your 30 messages and the feedback you're getting. And if you're messaging a ton of people and getting a ton of no's, reach out to your director right away. Okay, so we can help you adjust or kind of see what you're doing. But if you're not sure where to start, either start at the bottom of your Facebook friends or the top of your Facebook friends. It doesn't matter. Just pick a place and get started and start messaging. And guys, if you have friends that you text more often than Facebook, send them a text. If you have friends you talk to every day on the phone, ask them when you talk to them on the phone. If you have people you see every day at the ballpark, ask them when you're at the ballpark. Then, when you don't see people all those ways, then go to Facebook and start messaging people. Okay? All right. Well, we're excited for you guys. Good luck. I know you can do this. Bye, y'all. So, Carolyn, I'm really glad you came on tonight. And